All right, let's get into it. We often talk about managing people, but I want you to forget that old playbook. Today, we're talking about becoming something much, much more powerful an architect of trust. We're going to look at the blueprint for completely transforming your professional relationships by mastering stakeholder engagement. So let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of everything. Think about your stakeholders for a second. Your team, your clients, your investors. Do you see them as a passive audience that you just present to? Or do you see them as a genuine asset that you build with? Because let me tell you, how you answer that question changes absolutely everything. And this slide, wow, it lays out the two mindsets perfectly, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got managing. It's pretty much a one-way street. It's reactive, right? You're putting out fires, you're answering questions after the fact. It's really just about informing. But now look at the right, engaging. This is a two-way dialogue. It's proactive. And the goal here isn't just to inform, it's to build a real, genuine partnership, a whole different ballgame. Okay, section 1, laying the foundation. Think about it. To build anything that's gonna last, you have to have a solid base. And for an architect of trust, that foundation is built on strong, trust-based relationships. This is where the real work begins. So, what do we even mean by a trust-based relationship here? Well, it's definitely not something that just happens by accident. It's an intentional connection. It's something you have to purposefully build piece by piece through deliberate transparency, consistent open dialogue, and just a bedrock of mutual respect. And here's how you actually do it. This is the groundwork, the first stones you have to lay. You foster open dialogue, and I'm not just talking an open door policy. I mean an open mind policy. You encourage collaboration, making people feel like their input is actually part of the blueprint. You establish mutual respect as an absolute non-negotiable. And you maintain transparency, so nobody ever feels like they're being left in the dark. All right, section 2, the engine of engagement. So we've laid our foundation of trust. It's solid. Now we need the engine to actually build on it. And that engine? It's proactive communication. This is what turns a static foundation into a dynamic, growing relationship. This whole thing breaks down into a really powerful 3-step process. First, you inform. You get ahead of the story proactively. You don't just wait for people to come ask you questions. Second, you involve. And this isn't about just asking for opinions. It's about deliberately giving your stakeholders a meaningful role in the process. And third, through those actions, you instill confidence, not just in the project, but in you, in your leadership. So why all this focus on being proactive? It's really simple, actually. You're basically building a shield. The goal is to address those little sparks of concern long before they ever get a chance to ignite into full-blown problems. This right here is the core strategic advantage of genuine engagement. So that brings us to section 3, the keystone of credibility. Every great stone arch has a keystone. It's that central stone right at the top that holds the entire thing together. Well, in stakeholder engagement, that keystone is your credibility as the architect. It all rests on you. The first quality of that keystone is being responsive. And this just means you're available and you're attentive. When stakeholders reach out, they know they're going to get a thoughtful and timely reply. It's such a simple action, but it sends a really powerful message. You matter. The second quality is consistency. Trust isn't built in a day. It's built through predictable, reliable behavior over time. When your actions consistently match up with your words, people know they can count on you, no matter what's going on. And finally, maybe the most critical piece of all, being authentic. This is not about being perfect, it's about being real. When you lead from a place of genuine transparency and honesty, people connect with that on a human level. And that kind of authenticity creates an influence that's way more powerful and lasting than authority ever could be. Okay, section 4, the finished build. So, when you combine that foundation of trust, the engine of communication, and the keystone of your own credibility, what's the result? What do you actually get? Well, you get this remarkable transformation where stakeholders are no longer just passive observers on the sidelines. They become true partners. Just look at this chart. It visualizes that shift to shared ownership perfectly. Notice how success doesn't just belong to the leader or the team anymore. Your stakeholders hold the largest share, a full 50%, because they've been actively engaged in building it right alongside you. They're invested because they are co-owners of the outcome. This quote really just captures the entire essence of what we've been talking about. Engage stakeholders not merely as observers, but as active partners in achieving organizational success. That one sentence, that's the whole shift. It's the move from managing to leading, from just informing to actually empowering.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. You are the architect. You've got the blueprint we've just walked through. The only question left is, what is the first brick you're going to lay tomorrow to start building your own structure of trust?